Well, here we are. And here we are. Welcome to the Big McLargeHuge holiday day before Christmas show. I am, of course, Tobias the Adequate. This is the Troubadork show. We're not calling the non-commute show now because, well, let's be honest, there's not a lot of commuting going on anywhere. Things are a little different in this room, known as Away, and part of that is because we just took down the ceiling fan up there. We're going to replace it with another ceiling fan, but there was a little bit of an issue. One of the bolts that was holding the previous ceiling fan up to the ceiling didn't work. Hey, thank you, Chris. Happy Christmas. Happy Merry Jolly. So we were going to put up a new ceiling fan up there, but there's a bolt that's wrong, and we didn't want to go to we didn't want to go to the hardware store Christmas Eve. That seemed like a bad idea. So we'll go the day after Christmas, like a sane and rational person would. I'm wearing a festive hat. Behold my festive hat. I have many. This is the one that was closest to hand. And we're just going to do stuff. I have no idea. I have no idea what we're going to do, and that's probably all for the best. There is one thing I didn't want to do because it was just fun. Let me see if I can do it here. Because I saw this article on Gizmodo about how there was a study, and the study was about octopi, and that octopi like to punch fish. And I thought that needs to be a song, and my brain went, Fish puncher the octopus punches fish. Fish puncher the octopus, pugilist. He wants to make a fight, don't know how to do it right now. Fish puncher the octopus punches fish. Fish puncher the octopus punches fish. Fish puncher the octopus, pugilist. He wants to pick a fight, he's got all night. Fish puncher the octopus. I have no idea where that's going, but that's where it is now. So that is Fish Puncher the Octopus, heard here for the very first time, possibly last. I read that. It makes me want to be an octopus even more. Well, you know, everybody needs to have goals, and that's important. Okay, yeah. Who am I talking to here? I can barely see this. Hey, hello, Otaking009. Welcome to the Troubadork it was the Troubadork non-commute show, but we had given up on the pretense of having a reality where I would be driving to work every day during this dumb pandemic. And you're just in time because I wanted to show y'all something cool. Something cool that I got as part of a present, because I have some of my family said, here, just buy something with this, which is sometimes how we do it. As Terry Pratchett put it so succinctly in The Fifth Elephant, among dwarves, a bag of gold is always an appropriate gift. And so, with my bag of gold, I got this. Now, this just looks like it is a regular old ukulele. I know that. It's okay. It's still the strings are still kind of getting broken in here. But the best part about it is not the fact that it actually plays reasonably. And I don't know if this is a concert-sized ukulele or if this is a tenor. It's real dang close to both. But, however, check this out. Computer, turn off away. Wait for it. Let me tell you something right now. I'm kind of happy about this. And I can't think of any other instrument I'd rather play the theme song for our current sponsor, Ray's House of Monoliths. Get yourself a monolith. Put it out for everyone to see. Yeah, get yourself a monolith. The absurdity will set you free. It doesn't really matter whose party that you're with. So let's all make it weird. Get yourself a monolith. That's right, Ray's House of Monoliths. We deliver, just don't ask how. There we go. This is pretty decent. It's, yeah, it has like a bunch of different modes. Like there's that one, then there's this one, which is a little faster. And then there's like Burning Ring of Fire. And then there's Disco. Ukulele. Never mind. Let's turn this off before things get too stupid. Apparently it has a battery life of about 4 hours. Computer, turn on away. Really? Computer, turn on away. Thank you. We have these little pucks everywhere. And these pucks will sometimes forget to pay attention. Anyway. We're just going to keep doing things. I got no shame. Yeah. I haven't done this one for a bit. If you have ever been to a Renaissance festival, performed at a Renaissance festival, yes, or had friends who work at Renaissance festivals, you've had this conversation. Do you know my friend from Fair? Do you know my friend from Fair? He's 4 foot taller, and he's got browner, sandy hair. And he has a hat and tankard, and he wears these great big boots. And he wanders around in a loincloth or one of them doublet suits. Stands out in the crowd. Do you know my friend from Fair? Do you know my friend from Fair? If you saw him coming down the lane, you'd have to stop and stare. That's where he always sings or juggles as he goes about the town. And he always has a great big sword that ought to narrow it down. Distinctive. Do you know my friend from Fair? Do you know my friend from Fair? He's a unique individual, no one else can compare. Don't recall if it's pickles, pretzels, or if it's popcorn that he sells, but you can hear him coming from a mile away on account that he wears bells. Jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle. That's a Morris dancer in a minefield. Do you know my friend from Fair? Do you know my friend from Fair? He's the coolest guy in all the world, I truly do declare. If you saw my butt in person, then you'd know of whom I speak. For he dresses like a pirate, now isn't that unique? Hey, Teppo, that's right, a pirate. With pointy ears. Elf pirate. And gossamer wings. Fairy elf pirate. And a kilt. Scottish fairy elf pirate. And horns. Demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And fangs! Vampire Scottish demon fairy elf pirate! And goggles with gears on. Steampunk vampire demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And big furry boots. Barbarian steampunk vampire demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And a big hat. With a lot of feathers on it. Lands Connect Barbarian, Steampunk, Demon, Vampire, Scottish, Fairy, Elf, Pirate. And a foxtail. Nobody knows why. Do you know my friend from Fair? I think I saw him over there. His name is Wolf or Hawk or Raven, or I think it might be Bear. Well, we've never met outside of Fair, but I'm sure he'll be along. Hey, wait a minute. I'm talking about you. I guess I'll end this song. There we go. We've actually gotten all the way through that. That's actually one of the better renditions of that goofiness. A la mode, yes. In the traditional style. Very popular in France, I understand. I went to France. I got diseases in France. All right. Welcome to the one show, the holiday show, that's guaranteed not to make you lose either the Little Drummer Boy or Wham challenge. Nor will I be playing I Don't Want a Lot for Christmas, All I Want Is You. So, you know, you're safe here, which is nice. I have one Christmas song. I have 4 people watching, which means probably a good idea. I'm going to hold off. I'm going to play my one Christmas song at 5 o'clock. We're going to go to about 5:30 today. This is the Big McLargeHuge version of our holiday show where I just play a bunch of crap and we see what happens. I have no plans. I have no schedule. I have no agenda. I have a bunch of notes that I could play, hopefully. If we're lucky. Oh, hopefully y'all are having a good time. The best songs you know too. I do know your friend from Fair. I probably know a few of your friends. This is the weirdest part. There's also a button that's very popular. You can find it both in like modern version or Renaissance Festival that says, "Hi, I work Fair too. No, I don't remember your name either." Mostly people recognize each other by their costumes. And if you ever give your costume to someone else, there's going to be a lot of mistaken identities. Actually, my wife got a costume from our friend and got her butt grabbed because of it, because the people thought that she was our friend who was, okay with getting her butt grabbed by that person. It lends itself to some interesting and complex things here. Let's do the drunken, resentful Irish song. Yeah. Speaking of Ren Fair stuff. I've been working this song for a bit, and I'm trying very hard to get it to a point where I'm really comfortable with it. I'm going to do it on this baritone ukulele, which has still maintained its tone. Is that a little sharp right there? There we go. This, by the way, is the one that was paid for by me writing Socially Emotionally Distant, which makes me an official professional songwriter. This song, by the way, can be played either pretty or drunk and resentful. You can pretty much guess the way that I play it. Let me see here. Gotta find the right key. Because I will always try to sing it low. It's an Irish song. You should be singing it like you're being strangled by your necktie. My life was a shambles, I wished I were dead, but I decided to live with the fairies instead. So I found me a circle of space I had known when I played my case. The fairies I found. I'll get the chords. My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the fair and away from me. That's the chorus. I went to a mushroom ring out in the field, left cakes and honey and hoped it would yield a chance to leave my world and live with the fair. Cakes, honey, and fairies were all gone next day. My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the fair and away from me. Why? Well, the queen of the fairies, she heard my lament. In a big cloud of glitter, she hopped up and went. We've heard your petition, but have to say nay. Stop begging to get us to haul you away. My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the fair and away from me. You know we've been watching, you're known far and wide. I said that's a bit on the stalkerish side. You can't live here forever, you can visit, you see. But remember the K Gardens BYOB. Can't give in technicality. My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the fair and away from me. I asked why I could not flee into the fay. She said, for you, boyo, you can't go that way. She said, you are a rare one, but we'll tell you true. Immortal life's complex enough without you. Fiends, my dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the fair and away from me. Dragon Simple, everybody! My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the fair and away, the fair and away from me. Whew. Well, I'm awake. I don't know about y'all. Yes, I know, right? I did record a demo mode of this, and it's really weird. The way this works is if I am like, I'm going to record a track, then I will actually try to record a track, like play the chords all the way through, or at least one time through well. That's what I did with the R-Man in Finland track, is I played that one time, that one set of riffs through. It's like, good, lock it down. I copied that 4 times, and then I did the lyrics. And then I'll do the vocals. And I'll run noise reduction and everything else. But if I'm just trying to get something recorded so that I will remember what it sounds like, because I am now in my 50s and have been hit in the head a number of times over the years, I'll just like crack open like the voice recorder that comes with Windows, or I'll turn my phone on, and Evernote has a way to put audio onto an Evernote note, which is what I use for my brain. The Evernote thing is right in front of me right here. So that's my teleprompter. My low-budget teleprompter, baby. And I'll just like bash the song out just so it's there. Because otherwise I will completely redo the lyrics and the melody and all of the song when I try to do it again. If I just have the chords, the melody will be completely different. I've had that happen multiple times. It's weird, but it's true. You know, Yeah, I gotta decide if I want to do that. Or if I want to do it on the other instrument. I have not done Possums in a Trench Coat for a while. Would you guys be interested in Possums in a Trench Coat? I will have to wait a moment because there is a delay because I'm streaming over multiple streams here. There we go. That's what it was. I was actually trying to write... You know, the biggest challenge with jumping back and forth between instruments is that you forget what instrument you're on. It actually sounds... Possums in a Trench Coat... I've just become accustomed to it on this thing, so we're gonna do it on that one. So let's do that one. I got one positive, so let's go for it, man. Yeah, there we go. The possums in question, and this is of course the stack of 6 possums in a trench coat, inspired by my friend Cameron, who told me they were 3 possums in a trench coat, and if 3 possums in a trench coat is funny, 6 possums in a trench coat is freaking hilarious. And then Mel White. Let me talk her into drawing this. And somewhere in April or May, we named all the possums. Geraldine on the top, of course. Then you've got Bob or Roberto. We can't tell them apart. And then Sophia, Cameron. Then we've got Roberto or Bob, whichever one isn't the other one. And then finally, George, a.k.a. Hatchback, who was living with Tina and Danica, but has in fact relocated. I think he got a job in the city. Let's do the song. I hope I can play this. Possums in a trench coat come to tea. Sit right at a table like you and me. Do they want another biscuit? Better give them 3, 'cause they're not really a guy to 6 possums in a trench coat. I think we got the right rhythm. Possums in a trench coat go to town. Got themselves an Uber, couldn't flag it down. The driver wouldn't stop, no, he just kept on going, 'cause he didn't want to drive 6 possums in a trench coat. Marsupial prejudice. Possums in a trench coat see a show. Do you give him just one seat or the entire front row? Do the possums in the middle just peek out through the buttons? Man, I got so many questions for 6 possums in a trench coat. Bridge! Possums in a trench coat on a date. Got there 20 minutes early, couldn't stand to be late. Everything turned out to go much better than expected, 'cause the date turned out to be 6 possums in a caftan. I love when a plan comes together. Possums in a trench coat. Possums in a trench coat. Possums in a trench coat. 6 possums in a caftan. Yeah! It does have kind of a B-52's vibe on it, which is funny because it's actually a riff on the English Beats Mirror in the Bathroom, which is a post-punk ska hybrid homage to narcissism, and turned out to be a song about 12 possums who find love. Welcome to my world. This is exactly how my head works. It is now, it's almost 5 o'clock. I'm going to wait a little bit longer to do the Christmas song until 5 o'clock, which means I got time for another song in between that one and this one. What do you want to do? Thank you. I appreciate that a great deal. I honestly think that one might actually be such a departure from the original that I could get away with recording it as an original, but I don't know. You know, it's kind of like when Weird Al writes a song that sounds like another a band's music, but isn't. All right, so yeah, okay, good. I really don't know. I think I know that there's like a mechanical licensing, and if I really wanted to go through all that trouble, I could do it. I might do it. I don't know. 2021 could be the year that we actually get a Tobias the Adequate Troubadork album. A musical bum. Because, I have another music album out, and that is, in fact, God, you people are going to If you don't know about this, this is hilarious. I am in fact one half of a death metal comedy band known as THUD Bukit. That's right, THUD Bukit. THUD BUKIT. No umlauts ever. And we wrote an album called WTAF. It was basically written on a dare. I had posted that, you know, there needs to be a death metal song called Per My Last Email, and my friend Ron said, oh, really? Why don't you write the lyrics, and I'll see about writing a song for it, the music for it. And I did, and he did, and we had fun. And then we did that 9 more times, and we have an album out. And it's out now, and it's out everywhere. It's on all the streaming services, all the music services. You can actually buy it from CD Baby. We even have some t-shirts on T-Fury. We have WTAF masks. We have songs about the pandemic, being shut in all the damn time, missing the mosh pit. The Ominous Positivity, which is our first video, which is where THUD Bukit wants you to feel better about yourself. Or else. I'm working on some other videos as well. Check it out if you want to. It is available on Spotify and everywhere. It's THUD Bukit. We have a Facebook page. We have a YouTube page. The URLs are moose, but I think I've got the Spotify link in the description for this thing that's streaming right now. So there's that. Well, while we're thinking about it. Okay, where are we? 4:55? Yeah, I can do another song. Let's do one I haven't done for a little while. Let's do... Oh, what do we want to do? Oh, you know, I'm really tempted to do Festus, because Festus is just a good song, and it's a good majestic. It'll be a nice bridge, because once we do Festus, then we can do the Christmas song, and then we'll do a couple more songs, and then we'll probably, you know, either collapse under our own weight, or we'll wrap up with Eat Bertha's Muscles or something along those lines. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do Festus. Why the heck not? I got nothing else to do. The thing I have to make sure of is that I am able to feed my beloved wife tonight. We're having tamales, which is our tradition. You know, we have a few traditions here. This, by the way, is a song that I wrote instead of writing a song that I was going to write for somebody else, and I do apologize, Jaina. I will eventually write your song. It's a song about a man who started from humble origins, and pretty much stayed right there. He came from a tiny village just outside of Aberdeen, and his face, it was not noble, and his clothes, they were not clean. But there's often been a hero that has come from such a start. Our man Festus wasn't one of them. He was neither brave nor smart. There are heroes, myths, and legends. We know what you're talking about, Tom. That are known throughout the land. But the dreaded peasant Festus was not that man. There are some men bound for glory, bound for riches or for fame, and among that noble roll call, you will not find Festus's name. For his voice, it was not noble, nor his bearing very fine, and he towered over no one at the height of 4'9". There are heroes, myths, and legends that are known throughout the land. But the dreaded peasant Festus was not that man. But from lowly circumstances, Festus was not there. They're all heroes, myths, and legends. Thank you, Jason. Merry Christmas to you, too. That are known throughout the land, and your lovely family as well. But the dreaded peasant Festus was not that man. Thoughtful part. There are legendary figures. He does thoughtful because it's an arpeggio. Doomed to fade away, obscure. Arpeggio. And our peasant Festus suits that. At least we think we're pretty sure. There is not much known of Festus. It's very sad. Peasantry builds little pride. Matter of fact, all that we're sure of. Well, we're all pretty sure he died. They're all heroes, myths, and legends that are known throughout the land. But the dreaded peasant Festus was not that man. There we go. Hey, hello to the Hudsons, way up in Maryland. How are you guys in your in your insulated thermal bubble? That's right. These lovely people live on a boat, and they have built basically Biodome 3 right there on that boat, and I appreciate that. Wow, yeah. Okay, it is now actually 2 minutes after 5, which means we're now in. See, you know, oh, okay. I didn't know that you were Tom's friend. I appreciate that. Thanks, Tom, for bringing another person over to check things out. So the family all agrees you would be the secret tunnel singing guy. I have got to actually finish. I've actually got to watch that thing, I guess, one of these days. I know a lot about Avatar and Legend of Korra, but mostly due to the internet. Having not actually watched any of the shows. One day I will watch them. I will probably watch them. That might happen tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it goes. We'll see how it goes. Julie, do the thing. I also got that from the internet memes, so that's all that. It is now time, despite all better opinions and all of our better options, for me to sing my official Christmas song. Yeah. This song was written specifically because one person, and she knows who she is, said to me, you know, I haven't been able to catch your shows for a hot minute, but are you doing any Christmas songs? And, I really have not practiced any Christmas songs. I'm amazed this is still tuned. But I wound up writing one. And yeah, I wound up writing a Christmas song. And this is what it turned out to be. I was raiding a temple on Christmas Eve, like us gamer folk like to do. It was me and Pickles and Dave and Steve and some 12-year-old that we called Stu. Some 12-year-old that we called Stu. Well, I forced the lock and entered the chamber. The setting looked quite lush. I was just about to take a couple of things when this hairy red dude hit me in the mush. This hairy red dude hit me in the mush. I got punched in the face by Santa. Agra Claus is coming to town. You'll catch the Yuletide spirit and these hands, 'cause old Kris Kringle's throwing down. Old Kris Kringle's throwing down. I was leaving a store when I saw a cauldron and Santa was ringing a bell. I felt pretty flush, so I tossed in a handful. Just how much I couldn't tell. just how much I couldn't tell. Well, the money flew straight on into that cauldron. I'd perfectly guessed my range. I realized I dropped too much in the bucket, so I went back to make some change. I went back to make some change. I got punched in the face by Santa. Agra Claus is coming to town. You'll catch the Yuletide spirit and these hands, 'cause old Kris Kringle's throwing down. Old Kris Kringle's throwing down. I was minding my own business, just watching some TV, when I heard some singers outside. It seems that Santa Claus had himself some carolers, spreading cheer both far and wide. Spreading cheer both far and wide. Well, I stood there heating the whole darn city with the carolers in my yard. I said, do you guys know Wham's Last Christmas? Santa took that kinda hard. Santa took that kinda hard. I got punched in the face by Santa. Agra Claus is coming to town. You'll catch the Yuletide spirit and these hands, 'cause old Kris Kringle's throwing down. Old Kris Kringle's throwing down. I got punched in the face by Santa. Agra Claus is coming to town. You'll catch the Yuletide spirit and these hands, 'cause old Kris Kringle's throwing down. Old Kris Kringle's throwing down. Old Kris Kringle's throwing down. Just let me know where I should address the apology cards. Although my number of viewers didn't go down, so that's good. That is my one Christmas song. And the good Lord have mercy on our souls. I always feel like I need to give the song it's a little bit time to breathe. Thank you. Woo. That one is an earworm. You know, people complain to me. Wholesale parking. Yeah. Well, this one isn't technically this is not a Finland song. But it is, I don't know if it's a Finland song. I don't think it is. The old Santa Park. Oh, goodness, it is, isn't it, Teppo? Yeah. Teppo has this theory that I'm writing an entire oeuvre, OEUVRE or something like that. Check with Lorene, she's the editor, of songs set in Finland, which is not inaccurate because there's actually the song Snowing in Helsinki. Then there's Hasselhoff Ballad, which is based in Finland. Then there's Our Man in Finland. Kaiju Coffee has a connection because Finland is the leading consumer of coffee in the entire world. And now apparently with the Santa Park in the I was writing a lot of songs about Finland. I do have the chords to Monty Python's Finland song. So we'll see how that goes one day. I may actually do that. Oh my gosh, y'all, thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Let's do a little more. I think we need to do a little more. What do I want to do now? I mean, we got through Aggro Claus, and that was like a big deal to me because I was feeling kind of excited about whether or not I could actually do that. Yeah, let's change gears entirely, shall we? Yes, let's change gears entirely. Oh my gosh. Yep, I think it is time. Especially because Amy went downstairs. And there are some songs that I write and some songs that I perform that are just so dumb. So spectacularly like WTAF that I can't really... She doesn't want to be near them when it happens. And this is one of those songs. And specifically, this is a song that was inspired because I saw a picture on the internet that looked a lot like this. And, said, ooh, Cheesehenge! And then I realized that this was a song that could only be sung in one way, and that was by Neil Diamond. Not mid to late 80s E.T. jazz singer, turn on your heart light, family friendly Neil Diamond. No, no, no. We needed late 70s bonkers low Earth orbit double denim Neil Diamond. And that's where this song is set. It's a magical place. I want you to imagine that you're now in the 1970s, probably in low Earth orbit. You've been in a Neil Diamond concert now for 3.5 hours. They have played through his entire catalog, and now they're just playing the random stuff at the end. Because that's where this is. Cheese hand, it's like Stonehenge, but made of cheese. And it stood higher than the trees. Majestic in its picturesque glory. Generations all tell the story of the henge made of cheese. Erected by the ancient Welsh, yet oh, they really couldn't help themselves. Towering spires of Wensleydale, the faith in engineering would prevail. Cheese hand, it's a hinge, but it's made of cheese. The construction was quite a breeze. Majestic in its pressurized glory, generations all tell the story of the hinge made of cheese. Who knows why they built this thing? Did they turn cobwebs around it and sing? How the stairway stuff lasts so long? We'll just wonder about it in song. Cheese hinge, it's a hinge, but it's made of cheese, and it sways slightly in the breeze. Majestic in its pressurized glory, generations all tell the story of the hinge made of cheese. Snagging delicious on, take a selfie to send to mama. In the woods by a distant stream, you're gonna smell it back forward and see. Cheese hand, it's a hinge, but it's made of cheese. If you're allergic, it'll make you sneeze. Majestic in its pressurized glory, generations all tell the story of the hinge made of cheese. Cheese hinge. Blackout Pyro, thank you for coming. Good night. We're not done. That's just the way that song really should end. If I had any budget at all, we'd have Blackout and Pyro and, exit through the gift shop. But we don't. And that's okay. That's okay. Whew. That one is always a bit of audio caffeine for me, because it's freaking cheese hinge. I mean, what do you want? My wife is downstairs going, is he still singing that cheese song? I like to do all the stuff. This next one, I'm not sure what I'm doing next. Exit to the gift shop would really be hard right about that. Yeah. So the green screen comes in. I have been thinking about getting a green screen, and we actually do have plans. This thing behind me is a reading nook, and we're going to run curtains across it. And one of the curtains that we're going to run across it is going to be a green screen, so that I can actually shoot green screen stuff. For the video that we're doing for THUD Bucket, available now, we are actually doing stuff with green screen, because Ron has a green screen, and I am learning how to manipulate that in Adobe Premiere Pro. Pray for me. It's not as hard as it could be, but it's harder than it should be. We live in the frickin' future at this point. We should be able to just go, no, there, do the thing. But no, we still live in the present. And you just bought a green screen? Yep, me too. Or Premiere. Or cheese. You could have bought any of that, really. The next thing we're going to do is I think we have enough time for 2 more songs, maybe, and then the stuff. So let's do another song. Honestly, there are moments when I really don't know what I want to sing, what I want to perform. It's kind of bizarre. THUD Bucket. Oh, you just bought the THUD Bucket album. Hey, we bought one! I'm going to tell Ron. We got one. We got a customer. I am so happy about that. It is so weird to see your own ugly mug glaring out at you from like Amazon and saying, "Hi, I'm an album. Buy me." It's I'm very happy about it, but it's confusing as heck. Let's do this one. It is a song that I really enjoy, and it's dedicated to several of my friends because I got friends who could easily do this. And I just want them to know I'm happy to help. Don't want to run things, but my friend can. They've got charisma, they've got the plan. My buddy's got the means, and by them I'll stand. When it comes to world domination, I'm their biggest fan. Well, I just can't wait to watch their plans unfurl when I help my friend take over the world. World's a messy place, so much to solve. My friend won't let the challenge quell their resolve. They're gonna need some friends to implement their plan, and I'll be quite happy to be their right-hand man. Well, you know, like 4th or 5th in line, somewhere in administration. After all, somebody's got to deal with the paperwork. Well, I just can't wait to watch their plans unfurl. Gonna help my friend take over the world. Instrumental. There'd be a solo here if I could play one. Simply gonna guide us to a better land. You'll barely notice the firm yet gentle hand. Well, I just can't wait to watch the plans unfurl when I help my friend take over the world. Well, I just can't wait to watch the plans unfurl when I help my friend take over the world. To watch the plans unfurl, wanna help my friend take over the world. Dedicated to my friends out there, you know who you are. Need anything, let me know. I'm available. I got free time. And I think we are just about there. So I think we got one more song, One more song? We can do one more song. I'm happy to do one more song, and I think we're going to do the traditional one. Once upon a time, a very long time ago, half a continent away, there was this place out on the piers where we gathered in funny costumes, and we sang and spoke in funny dialects, and we replicated an idealized version of Victorian London at Christmas time. And there was a good part of town, and there was a bad part of town. And the bad part of town was generally more fun for a lot of people. And I was one of the people who hung out in the bad part of town. And I was part of the Ballyhoo Music Hall for a couple of years, and my character name was Thaddeus Porter, 37th greatest theatrical, according to the Royal Theatrical Society of Weights and Measures, located in Bath. And we would frequently wrap up some of our shows with this song. Eat Bertha's mussels, they're the best there is by far. You can eat them in the dining room, you can eat them in the bar. So when you're ashore in Baltimore and you fancy a bite to eat, just follow your nose to Bertha's and you'll be in for a rare old treat. Treat. Well, a sailor came to Bertha's with a problem most severe. His manly pride had been atrophied by a voyage of 14 years. So he ate a plate of mussels. Now he sings in a different key. His jibboom set right, he'll be back there tonight, and he's not going back to sea. So eat Bertha's mussels, they're the best there is by far. You can eat them in the dining room, you can eat them in the bar. So when you're ashore in Baltimore and you fancy a bite to eat, just follow your nose to Bertha's and you'll be in for a rare old treat. Now a lady came to Bertha's who wanted a daughter or son. The doctor had said with a shake of their head that she couldn't have either one. So she ate a plate of mussels and went home to her husband dear. She tuned up his cruth, and to tell you the truth, they had triplets the very next year. So eat Bertha's mussels, yum! They're the best there is by far. You can eat them in the dining room, you can eat them in the bar. So when you're ashore in Baltimore and you fancy a bite to eat, just follow your nose to Bertha's and you'll be in for a rare old treat. They will cure your diarrhea, cure your constipation too. Just swallow away $8 for a chicken pox, for the measles or the flu. So if you fancy a healthy life, get your daily dosage straight of Lady of Bertha's mussels, and you'll live till you're 98. So eat Bertha's mussels, yum! They're the best there is by far. You can eat them in the dining room, you can eat them in the bar. So when you're ashore in Baltimore and you fancy a bite to eat, just follow your nose to Bertha's and you'll be in for a rare old treat. And so we come to the end of a big McLargeHuge, double-sized, double-wide Troubadork show right here in San Antonio, Texas, at an undisclosed location in a house known as Ororoki and a room known as Away, as we gaze with wonder into the light cast by our glowing ukulele. Computer, turn off Away. So as we bask in the glow of our glowing ukulele, I would like to tell you a few things about what's going on with us here. Just because we kind of do. We live in a capitalistic society, so let's go ahead and do it, shall we? We do have tip jars over here, which is paypal.com, The Adequate, and Venmo @The Adequate. I want to thank Eric and Robert and Rick and Emily and Miranda for tossing some bucks in the bucket keeping adequacy going in these strange, unprecedented, challenging times. I also want to very, very much thank my Patreon peeps. Austin and Chris and Teppo and Shane, Linda and Ann and Stephen and Rob and Alicia and Relly and BK and Kaylee and Richard and John and Brian and Lorene for being my party on, party down Patreon patron peeps, without whom much of this would not look as pretty as it is now. The ukulele is not something I got from Patreon, my Patreon peeps. However, I have used Patreon money to buy cameras and production equipment and batteries for tuners and extra tuners and ukulele strings and occasionally talent. Thank you. This right here, yes, it's a disco uke right now. We're going to take it a slightly different so we don't give anybody too much of a migraine. There we go. Let's actually do there. Wham, wham, wham. Of course, I want to tell you that the archives are all located over here at facebook.com and twitch.tv/TobiasTheAdequate. The YouTube channel is about, the playlist is about 3 shows back behind, but we'll get all that fixed probably tomorrow or during the weekend. Happy Christmas. Happy Yule. Happy Solstice. Happy everything. Happy, it's cold, it's dark, let's have a party, light some lights, and try very hard to remember that the world is a good place sometimes. SoundCloud's where I record a lot of random stuff, including the demo track for I Couldn't Run Away with the Fae. Ask Philo just had its last episode post about 2 weeks ago. You can listen to all 13 of them at anchor.fm/theadequate or anywhere you can find The Adequate Podcast, including Spotify. Again, our good friend Spotify. You just automate that. It's about 130 minutes, so if you have a 2-hour drive to anywhere, you're set, pretty much. I did talk about THUD Bucket already. We are out. It is good. It is the gift for, if you like laughing, death metal, or both, check it out. And that's about it. That's about it. So we'll just bask in the glow of the ukulele here. And I want to say thank you guys so very much. I hope whatever you celebrate, you have a good one. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Remember Fernando. Thank you for supporting Adequacy. You guys have been wonderful. I have been Tobias the Adequate. Thank you for encouraging my behavior. I probably should have changed that because this is today, the 24th of December, and we're doing the darn show. So we just did it. You can always catch it on our reruns. I'm big in syndication. Thank you for encouraging my behavior.